What's the strangest thing you've ever seen outdoors? I once saw a black person hiking deep in the backcountry. I once spotted two squirrels having sex. Lightning flashes without sound on a still night. It's called dry lightning. It's strange, but not actually all that uncommon. It was the first time I've seen it, and it freaked me the fuck out because it happened after I'd gone to bed in my tent. It looked like someone was walking through the forest passing a bright flashlight across my tent. I could see the silhouettes of the trees in a flash, and they'd move for the next flash. It was creepy as fuck to get out and investigate. Just spooky fog moving in really fast on an otherwise clear day. But that's just mountains for you. Haven't seen anything inexplicable yet. A whole-ass naked person running through the woods, barefoot, full sprint, making guttural noises with an eviscerated squirrel in his hands. Always chalked it up to drugs or mental illness. Albino deer. That patch of forest was incredibly pristine. Looked like elves would live in a place like that. Wanted to camp there, but I was overcome with a creepy feeling about the place once sunlight started to go. Felt like I had to get out of there immediately, so I packed up in a rush to get out of there and stayed at a nearby clearing instead. Two male roadrunners having a dance battle in front of a hen. Also a ton of Apache ghost/land spirits having a party in the Superstition Mountains. A perfect round circle with no trees or weeds about 20 yards across in the middle of a dense forest. There was also no sound while you were within the circle, but step back into the forest and you could hear the wind and birds. One time in the middle of the woods on some mountain in Arizona, I saw a group of people wearing like medieval gypsy-style clothing, sleeping on an ornate rug on the forest floor. Rain on a cloudless day. My grandfather told me that means the devil is beating his wife. I miss him dearly. I came across what I can only describe as an LED butterfly. It was a butterfly as bright as daytime LED lights on modern cars. Flew in front of me in slow-mo from left to right, then disappeared into the tree line. I was sitting on a hill facing south overlooking a bay in Western Ireland. I noticed a sudden light across the bay and stared across at it. I then saw a white orb rise from the horizon across the bay and rise in a 90-degree arc. Once it reached its apex, it shot straight up into the sky at an impossible speed. Then 2 seconds later, I saw another light follow the exact same pattern, rise at a 90-degree arc and shoot off into the atmosphere impossibly fast. There's an outdoor park I used to live beside that is right outside my little city that is great for lots of walking trails. And I especially like going there on rainy days since hardly anyone would be out walking the trails. So rainy day when I was 19, I walked to the trails to enjoy some time in nature. On this particular trail I was on, it had a left-hand bend that would eventually lead to a sort of fork in the trail and had a bench right beside the fork. When the bench came into view, I noticed a kid who looked to be around the age of 14 sitting there with his pants around his legs, jerking it in the rain. We briefly locked eyes as he attempted to cover up what he was doing. So I just turned around and went back the way that I came so I could go down a different trail. I wish I had weirder experiences while outdoors, but this is still plenty weird. Also, it's a fun story to tell. I don't know if this counts, but I know of someone who ran into a worker on the trail. High-vis vest, inconspicuous and all that, so they think nothing of it. They keep going along the trail and realize this person seemed to be trailing behind them, just behind bins. As they start to look at the guy, stuff starts to not line up. No tools, a bit rough looking, and the vest has different colors than the normal EPA people who are out there occasionally. Long story short, the guy starts running at them but fucks off when they start shouting and getting closer to the parking lot. They never find the guy, and it turns out the police had a bunch of open cases of a similar MO. I think a lot about what the end goal of this worker was and if they're still out there. I don't know, there's so many different things. I saw some bitch pissing on the side of a main road not too long ago. Her whole ass and coochie was out. TLDR, it's just me, guys. Game trails follow most roads, like ours do. I walk the trails hunched over, swinging my arms. The whole time I'm doing this, it's killing me, I'm laughing so hard. I run into the forest and hide when they come back. I saw it over there! Sometimes I find a something, I do a tree knock. English?
Gotta get started, going back to old Yazoo. bum bum bum, la ba da ba da, wa da 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 da.